crafty, but is it really? Yeah, her name is Crafty. Yeah, girl, let's see here. CraftyRia, yeah, CraftyRia. I said Crafty makes all sorts of stuff. I said, well, CraftyRia, she's tough and cool. CraftyRia, yeah, CraftyRia. I said Crafty makes all sorts of stuff. I said, well, yeah, CraftyRia, she's tough and cool. Yeah. Ever since she was a little girl, she said, I like to make things with my hands. I like to make some art that I can put up on a wall, or maybe put it in the mail, and maybe someday someone will get it, you know. Yeah, you know I like to make myself some Christmas cards. Yeah, I like to make all types of stuff. I like to take little scraps of paper, I like to put them all together real cool. Yeah, don't you know that it's fun? I like to do it, yeah. Yeah, say CraftyRia, that's the name, yeah. CraftyRia, say it now. Crafty makes all sorts of stuff. She does now. CraftyRia, she's tough and cool, yeah. You know, she streams on YouTube, it's true. You just gotta put a name right in there, hit subscribe. You should, yeah. And all you ever see are both her hands, you know. Makes me kind of suspicious, you know. That's all I'm saying. You know, maybe she's not a human being. I mean, it's possible. We got all types of things in the chat. You know, we got cows, we got chickens, we got people who supposedly have faces. We got all types of people here too. Yeah. You know, maybe she's, you know, maybe she's some kind of creature. Maybe she's got tentacles. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's got tentacles and she's got hands, animatronic human hands on the ends of two sticks, and she just puts those in front of the camera and does all the crafts, which would make it even more impressive than it already is. You know, just the dexterity involved in such a thing. You know, it would be ridiculous, you know. Yeah. Don't you know her name is CraftyRia? I figured out a secret. She's an octopus. I said she's an octopus, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, you should be able to hear me now. I had my mic on, but I didn't have it turned on in OBS. It should be working now. Welcome in, everybody. I forgot I muted it over there when I was messing around with stuff. Welcome in, Christine, my awesome moderator and channel member. I appreciate you very much. And welcome in Anne, Susan, and Destaloo. Anne and Susan are my in real life friends, as I like to say, because I met them both in person. And we met accidentally on a hike, and we knew each other on the internet prior, and we live in separate states, but we just happened to both be hiking randomly, did not plan it at all, didn't know the other person was going, and there we were. And then Susan drove through my town, and we went out for a bite to eat. Awesome and fun. I enjoyed meeting her. And then the rest of you, I love you all anyway. Happy August. Today is August. What is today? August 4th. So, no Christmas in July. We'll take a break from Christmas. We'll come back to Christmas here and there. I have some other cards though that I want to work on. So, we'll take a Christmas break since we've been doing Christmas all through July. I'm going to do a Mad Lib from this book. That's hard to say. Welcome in, Jamati, from the stormy British Columbia Rocky Mountains. Well, stay safe if it's storming, and hopefully everything is cool over there. We've had kind of a bit of cool weather. It did warm up today. The last couple of days was like in the 70s. And here today it's back up in the 80s, but it's not really that bad yet. So, and welcome in Elka from Germany. All right, so we're going to do a Mad Lib from this book. And the way we do the Mad Lib here is I ask for a particular type of word, like a noun, adjective, whatever. And I tell you how many we need. You guys put them in the chat, as many as you want. Put them in the chat. And then usually we have a lovely volunteer that will pick the words for us that I put in the story. If we don't have a volunteer, I will pick my own words. But it's not as fun because I can see kind of what goes where. So if someone would like to be the volunteer, just type the word volunteer in the chat and you'll get a lovely envelope from me full of scrap leftover pieces of stuff from today. So let me start by thanking SuperMegaTacos and thanking Bob Tacos. I hope it works. Stream Elements. Yes. All right. There we go. SuperMegaTacos made my intro screen, the video, and then Pork Roll Bob made the song about CraftyRia. So, thank you to those guys. And let me put Mad Lib thing in the chat. There we go. That'll explain what we do. And then let's see. I'll just start with the first thing we need. Let's start with something easy. Let's start with one verb. We only need one verb for the whole thing, and a verb is an action word. Like run, jump, play, something like that. Run, jump, go. See, okay. I was pretty close when I said play. So, all right. I made note of those two words so far. So let's see, today I have some cards that I had recently got in the mail and some cards that I had gotten in the mail a long time ago. The first batch is from Connie, and they are non-Christmas. I went through all of the Christmas ones, and a lot of them are handmade cards, but that she has taken out the sentiment for or just cut the front off. So it's real easy to redo these. But some of them, I think I want to make, this one is cool with the butterflies. I think I want to use them and make card sketches out of them. Or use them for a card sketch. Let me see what ones I want to recycle. I don't want to only do handmade cards, but I think I have a butterfly thing. Thank you, Destaloo. And this is not a handmade card, but I could use that, possibly. And let's see what else looks good. This one here I could add something to. This is, would be good for Valentine's Day. Happy birthday. I think I'm going to put those two in my religious pile. I still owe people the religious cards that they won last week. And I will add those to them. That's Thanksgiving. There are 2 golf cards, which are really cool. This is a really easy way to make a card. You're just putting some twine around some patterned paper. It really comes out cute, and it's a pretty easy design to make. You don't need anything too fancy. This would be a great card sketch. Here's a thank you card. That would also be, is it pretty much the same? Yeah, they're both pretty close to the same. I like that too. Oh, I like that too. I like too many of these. All right. I like them all. It's hard to pick. I'm trying to pick a mix of handmade ones and unhandmade ones. Father's Day. That would be a good card sketch too. That's a neat card. It's not a handmade card. And let's see. I think I have some cool butterfly stuff. I'm not sure. We'll find out. This is not a handmade card. I wonder what I could do with it. Maybe something cool. These are envelopes. I'll put those in my envelope drawer. This is beautiful. I love that. This is not handmade, I do not believe. But maybe I could do something cool with that. And I also had this. This was sent to me by somebody else. I think these are Get Well cards. Yeah, but they don't have to be. If you just cut like that image out, it doesn't have to be Get Well necessarily. Thinking of You. That's really pretty. All right. Let's see. All right. So there's this. Let me put these back in here. I'll stick that in there. All right. And all right. Oh, I also have some really cool things to recycle. Some packaging and stuff. This was the inside of a birthday card. I have those 2 candles that I could cut out. Those are stickers. These are some patterned papers. A card. That is really pretty too. This is the packaging I was thinking of. Yeah. Okay. And some various other little cards. I have these here. I could probably cut those out as well. Hello, Ange. Welcome in. Another one of my awesome moderators. This paper is cool too. I just happened to find it in a stack of cards. So anyway, I have all these sorts of things to use. So I have some happy birthday stuff. These are the religious things I will put with religious cards. There. All right. This is a good starter pile. Let me put this over here. Let me put these envelopes in my envelope drawer, which is right underneath me. Well, not really underneath me, right underneath my desk. It is directly right under there. Okay. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. And we need verbs. If you would like to put a verb in, I should say we need a verb, not multiple verbs, just one. Uno verbato. I don't know what verbato means verb. I made that up. So here we have, here's to those who inspire us and don't even know it. Ooh, that's a good one. So I could possibly put another butterfly up here. These are blue. I don't want blue. Let me get my other butterfly bling stickers. I need to order. I do have green. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, let's do it. I also have silvers. No, this card has gold. Let me pull out the gold. See which one I like better. And I will also pull the silver. Okay. These are awesome butterfly stickers. I got them on Amazon. I think they're on my wish list or on my Amazon storefront. This is what the sheet looks like. I have not used any off of this sheet. So each sheet comes with 5 butterflies and these strips of beautiful bling that alternates between clear and whatever color it is. I love these so much. I do need to order another pack because I am almost out. I think they come with, like in the pack, you get pink and red and multicolor and green and gold and silver, purple. There's a whole bunch of colors you get with it. I highly recommend. Highly recommend. I love this. I've gotten a lot of miles out of that pack. If you guys have been watching me, you'll know. So this is a handmade card by somebody. I wonder if I could, instead of cutting the front off and putting it on a whole new background, they had torn off the thing. If I could just replace that. I think I will do that because I kind of like the debossed butterflies on that side. So I'm really going to cheat on this. This is like mega cheating. But it is saving paper. I had some white cardstock. Plain white cardstock. I do have this piece. Yeah, I think I can recycle this card. Yeah, white liner is all it's need. You're right. I could cut a piece of this white liner. This is perfect. This wasn't the cardstock I was thinking about, but let's do it. Recycle a whole sheet of paper here. This measures 5.5 by 4.25, which is the traditional. That is big enough. Yeah, so I'll cut this at about 4. And I'm going to cut just that a little sliver off that edge. There. Yep. And just stick that liner in there. That works. And then I don't need that anymore. So I think I got all I can get out of that. Let me get my tape. Oh no, I'm running low. I'm running low on tape. We'll see if I can manage to do that. Destilu, if you want to pick me one of those verbs, I will stick it in the Mad Lib. There, so now the inside is set, and I'm not going to put a sentiment. I will, yes, I will save my scraps for Destilu, for sure. But anyway, that I can just handwrite whatever. I can change it if I run out. Yep. Or I can just switch to glue. I'm thinking this butterfly right there. Unless I want to do a gold. Where did I put my other stuff? There's gold here, gold glitter. Maybe I'll do the gold for contrast. I do the same thing, Jamandi. Jamadi. I recycle card fronts from commercially made cards a lot. But I was sent all of these handmade cards, so I thought I would remake them into new cards. There we go. So we have that gold butterfly on there. So I didn't really do too much to this. This is already beautiful as it is. It doesn't need a lot, but there. So we have that. I fixed the inside. So there. I'm just going to leave it. That's easy. It's done. The hard work was done for me. Somebody else, whoever made that, did the hard work. But like, here is a commercial card. Somebody had sent to me. They cut the back off so I could recycle this into a new card. Same thing with some of these other ones that I have here, like that one. That's a commercial card. There's a whole bunch. So I do a little bit of both. If someone sends me a handmade card, I don't recycle it. I only recycle handmade cards that someone sent me to recycle. If that makes sense. Like somebody sent them that handmade card. They took the inside out or cut the front off and they sent the rest to me. So the handmade card was actually sent to someone else first. Now this has, somebody had handwritten that. If that was not handwritten in there, I would make it the front and the back. But it's already handwritten in there, so I can't. But that's okay. The front of this card is better anyway. It has glitter on it. So, very cool. Let me see if I have a red card base. Those are orange. Let me pull out my whole card base box. I haven't been back to Ollie's to see if they have more or any of the Joanne stuff. I did get this from them. This is Basil. 60 cards and envelopes. It was $1.99. I mean, that's really good. I think it's a good, very good price. That red looks pretty good with it. I have to make the card base a little smaller though. So let me cut a little bit off this top. Cut a little bit off of the, I'm going to cut a little bit off of this. And cut a little bit off the bottom. Oh, these pieces will go to Destilou. She makes bookmarks for her local, is it the Humane Society? With the scraps I send. She put them in the Facebook group. They are awesome. Skate. Okay. Let me put in here the verb skate. Skate. Okay. Now let's do adjectives. We need 4 adjectives. I like the way this looks. It's really cool. I wonder if I have... You remember I had little things. I do have little birds. They may work. I had some really cool little tiny embellishments. Bees and ladybugs. I do not know where they are. I had all my Christmas stuff out until today, but I do have those little butterflies. So, yeah, I had all my Christmas stuff out, so I don't remember where all of my non-Christmas things are. Somewhere, but not in this bag. The Humane Society thrift store. There you go. All right. Yeah, she made a really cool batch of bookmarks and stuff. That's awesome. Very awesome. I don't know where those things are. They are probably on the pile of things on my desk that keeps getting taller. Well, I'm not going to go through that pile now. I'm sure all of you have the same type of pile on your desk. I don't know. You may not. But I do. It just all gets brushed over up into that corner. And every so often I'll go through it. And then, yeah. I don't know if these little birds would be cute. I think the bird's too small. The flowers are way bigger than the bird. Piles. Yeah, I have another pile on my second desk over there. And another pile on my third desk behind me. And then a pile on the floor behind me. I'm waiting for Ange to come over to clean out my craft room. I'm kidding. The only thing I don't like about these butterflies is that they are very thick. They're wooden butterflies. And they're very thick. So mailing the card with these butterflies is difficult. They're thicker than normal, like, embellishments. I wish I knew where those other things were. I found bling. That's not going to help me. Okay. So I have this green butterfly. I have this yellow butterfly. That's probably fine. I think the bees and the ladybugs would be really too small anywhere. I do, but I don't know where they are. And they're super tiny. Yeah, that's what I mean. They're probably on the bottom of the pile of stuff on my desk. But these little butterflies are fine. They'll work. Let's do it. I have a green one that matches the green leaves really well, and that yellow one. I think that's kind of cute. I don't know where. I wish I knew where they were, but that's okay. It's all right. It's all right. We got this. Let me see. I have some balloon dots. I think I moved them while I was looking for the other stuff. Let me get a new pack of balloon dots. I ordered these balloon dots. They come in these big packages. You can order a pack like that of balloon dots. That many, like 20, I don't know how many rolls come in the pack. So many rolls of these for about what you pay for one package of like the Zots or Jots or whatever they're called. The scrapbooking kind of glue dots. They're called balloon dots, you know, like for balloons you blow up for a party. And I get them on Amazon, and they're just these adhesive dots. and they work great on the back of embellishments like this. They are in my Amazon storefront. So you can get, I don't know how much they are now. I don't think I paid very much money for that whole big bag of these rolls. And I don't know how many is on a roll. This much. They're made for parties. You know, when you do balloons, you blow up the balloons and you make this big balloon arch. That's what they're made for. But I use them the same way I would use those expensive Zots or whatever that are about $5, $6 a roll. You could get like 15 rolls of this for that same amount of money. So anyway, that's what I do. So there you go. I also get the mini ones. That's not them. I also get these mini ones. They come on sheets. And they're just small glue dots, double-sided adhesive. So they are great to have. I love them. So there we have that. I don't know that I really need to do much of anything else to this card. It's really pretty. It already has glitter. I'm just going to leave that one alone. Super easy. They don't all have to be super embellished. And we are looking for adjectives. So feel free to put some adjectives in the chat. So here's another handmade card that they also took out the inside. So I don't think I need to, I just need to put a piece of white paper over that. But I think I have some other butterflies. I could put a butterfly on the front. Or maybe the same type of butterfly. Let's see. I have this blue butterfly. I don't think that goes. I have this clear butterfly. The pink won't go. The red won't go. Maybe the green will go. I really want to use these greens. No. This paper reminds me of Stampin' Up! Paper. I don't know if it is. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Stampin' Up! Brand paper. Let me see if I have other butterflies. Let me look in my thing here. I have airplanes. I have those. I have this. What else do I have? I have stuff. I have those. Those won't go. I have dogs. Those won't go. Hang on, I got a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in this thing. These are what I was thinking of. I was hoping to find those and those. Excellent. I also have those, which won't go. And I have those. Those are the butterflies I was thinking of and looking for. So that is excellent. I did find 2 ladybugs, but they're as big as those other butterflies. Oh, those butterflies too. All right. And I have those. All right, good. I have lots. I have a lot of things. The sentiment is Stampin' Up! Okay, I bet the paper is too. I don't know. Those are not butterflies. They are stars. I don't know. This paper just reminds me, and the ribbon, it just reminds me of Stampin' Up. I'm not affiliated with Stampin' Up in any way, and I hardly ever order from them. Oh, this matches great. That might be good on there because it's got the orange. The card base is peach. I think that's going to work. It's not what I had intended, but I think it's going to work. All right. I have those, which are really cool too. Okay. Let me put all of these other things back. Everything's fallen everywhere. I think that's going to work really well. So we have this cute little bow. And the ribbon. It says happy birthday. I mean, it's got everything it needs. But I have to add something of my own to it in order to call it my own. Or at least that's what I tell myself. You don't have to. If you get cards to recycle, feel free to take the easy way. These are neat. These are 3D, and you can kind of fold them up a little bit and they'll stick up really far, and then they'll lay flat in an envelope. I love these. I think they're from the Dollar Tree. I would love to have a million more. Somebody sent them to me. I absolutely love them. And I only have one little guy left. They're one of my favorite embellishments because they're flat. And it's great to have flat embellishments. Okay, let me see. I had a piece of just plain white cardstock scrap sitting around. Where would that have gone? Here's a piece. It's not one I was thinking of, but that's fine. It's there. Okay. So that is pretty awesome. I don't have to cut that card apart. But I will cut this apart. So this edge is kind of all bent up. So I'm going to have to get rid of the bent up edge. So I'm going to cut this to 4 inches. I will put the bent up side aside and trim the top and make this by about 5 1/4, maybe almost, yeah, 5 1/4. So then I still have that little scrap. So if you have card bases that you are taking apart to put, you know, cutting off the front of a store-bought card, don't throw away any big white pieces you have. It's great for stamping on, and it's also great for doing exactly what I'm doing. Sometimes it's very nice white cardstock. Even if it has writing on one side. There. I think I will add a little bit of Wink of Stella to those 2 little butterflies. Let me grab my Wink of Stella. Okay. Wink of Stella is this, these little pens. They just give a very slight burst of shimmer. They don't add any dimension. And it's not a glue. I'm going to add a little bit to this purple butterfly. Here, a little bit to this butterfly, and to this one. It just gives a bit of a shimmer. All right, Desta, I got it. Overwhelming, fantastic, jovial. Thank you. So anyway, that's what a Wink of Stella, that's the brand name, pen is. And it'll last you forever. Okay, maybe not forever. It'll last a while. All right, overwhelming. Overwhelming. Yes, we need 4, so I need one more. Fantastic. Thanks, Ange. Fantastic. And jovial. I like the pretzel. That looks good. Yeah, one more adjective. I ate a pretzel today, a hot pretzel. We had them frozen and gorgeous. That's a gorgeous adjective. And I coated it in butter and salt, and it was really good. Todd ordered them from some fancy company. All right. We have adjective. Let's do an adverb. We need one adverb. And an adverb is a word that describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb, and they generally end in ly. So there we go. We got that card. That was easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, let's do a store-bought card next. There's this one here. Your kindness is appreciated so much. I wonder if I could use that on the inside and just do this in the front of the card. Let's find out. Let me just get any old card base. Okay, here's just a white card base. I'm just doing it for size. I could cut it to here. So that'll be the inside, and then this will be the front. It's pretty cool. I'm just trimming that a little sliver off that side. I don't know if it was cut with scissors, you know, or not. I'm thinking I could put ribbon behind that too, or glitter tape. Oh, I could make it go this way. Yes. Well, let's do it landscape. Trying to cut this so it's pretty even here. Yes, they do, Desta. Very spirographish. So that is going to be the sentiment on the inside of the card. There. I think a little bit needs to come off that side to make it look more even. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. So we have that. These little pieces will go to Miss Destaloo. And I will trim this bottom part off. They do look like spirograph. Maybe that's why I like it so much. And I think this would go really good on glitter paper. Welcome in, Carol, from sunny Southern California. I'm assuming you're having beautiful weather. All right, so the card is 4 1/4. So I'm going to cut this to 4. And I'm going to take some really cool glitter paper. See if I can find a color that goes well with it. Let me look at my blues. See if I have something that matches that blue. No. Nope. Nope. This one. Maybe this piece. Come on. Come on. Come out of the thing. Nope. That does not go at all. Let me look at my dark blue thing. Now they may look like they match in the camera, but they do not match in person at all. These are not going to work either. This, oh, this one does. That one works. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. That works really good. Yeah, I like it. Okay. I didn't want to use pink because there's so much pink on there and the pink touches the edges. So let me cut this down to card base E size. So like 5 3/8. Oh no, this is already 5 3/8. 4 1/4. 4 1/8. And then I have a whole piece there. I'm making a pile of scraps for Desta. I need to take another sliver off this edge. Desta's in luck. She's getting more scraps. So it became a joke on here that Ange, I would throw this type of thing away. And Ange would be like, don't throw that away. So I made a joke that I would save the scraps for Ange. She usually volunteers for the words. So whenever she volunteers for the words, I save the scraps for her. Now, Desta also volunteers for the words, and she uses them to make the scraps to make bookmarks. So anybody who volunteers to pick the words for the day gets their choice if they want the scraps or not. Like if you would actually use the scraps. I don't want to send them to you if you're not going to use them. But if you're going to use the scraps, I would be happy to send them to the volunteer. And I know Desta uses them. I owe scraps from last week. I did not send them out yet. Sometimes I kind of hold them for a couple weeks so that way I could just put them in one envelope and save on some postage. And I'll usually include your favorite card of the day. Okay. Although sometimes people say don't include the card, and if that's the case, I will send extra scraps or something to fill up to the next stamp, the cost of the next stamp. All right, we have that. Ooh, what if I fussy cut around this flower and popped it up? Let's do it. So sometimes I like to take a focal image and fussy cut around it. And usually when I do that, I leave part of it attached. But this time I'm going to cut out the whole flower. And I'm going to leave a little bit of a white border. As you can see, it has kind of got that neat artsy thing where the colors do not match up with the outline. So I'm going to leave a little white outline. Too busy phone. Yes, I understand. Ange has a puppy. And that will definitely, that will do it. So I'm using my finger blade. This is a finger blade from Fiskars, and it's available on Amazon. And if you're interested, it is linked in my Amazon storefront, so you could find it easily. I order the blades very cheaply in bulk, just the cheapo kind, and I change it frequently. I don't spend a lot of money on the blades. She has, yeah, not only the puppy, but she has a biggie dog too, Ivy. And Forrest, is that the puppy's name? I can't remember. Ivy and Forrest. Kind of a plant theme going on there. All right. 3 years and 7 months. Yeah, they'll get you. I almost had a grown-up dog and 2 puppies a couple weeks ago. My neighbor's dogs came into my yard. I didn't know where they belonged. They didn't have tags. I did find their owner, though. And they're very cute. They would not leave. I did give them toys. Well, the 2 puppies then ran the toys home. And the other puppy came back for another toy that I gave his daddy. So I thought they'd come back for more toys since then. But they did not. All right, so I'm going to attach this to there. Maybe I will put some ribbon. Hang on, I have an idea. A very cool idea. Do I have cool ribbon? Where's my ribbon? I thought I had a piece of some pink. I do. Where's this? All right, I have this ribbon. It's kind of sheer. It's cool. Yeah, I'm going to put that over that. I'm going to put this on here. Let me see. If I put it about there and then put this over top, I still think that'll look pretty good. Yeah. Yep. You don't have to say yup as many times as I do. But you can. If you feel like it, just say, do what I just did. Yep. It'll make you feel good. Repeat after me. Yep. Okay. I know. Ooh, I could make a bow. I was trying to decide what to put on here, but maybe a bow or maybe a flower embellishment. One card maker I watch online says the brand names as Friskers. Friskers. That's a whole different product. Sold by your local police department or to your local police department. And Friskers. I'm just putting this little bit of tape here just to hold it because I don't know if I want to make a bow there yet or not. So that's going to go on like that. This here I'm going to stick on here. I could even do it uneven. I was going to match it up, but what if I did it, what if I attached that kind of off kilter, off center? I think that's kind of cool. It adds to the artsiness of it. I like it. Then what if I took a piece of this? Cockeyed, yes. and tied a bow, just like a shoelace bow. So I'm just going to tie a knot, a knot, like that. I might have to loosen up one of these sides. There. All right. A cockeyed flower. Yes. Maybe this wasn't a big enough piece of ribbon. Okay, this is not big enough. That's okay. I'll use it for the other thing. Smoothly. Okay. Let me undo this bow. I will not waste that. Let me put smoothly in the thing. Adverb. All right, now let's do, we're almost done with the Mad Lib. Let's do 6 nouns. That's all the nouns we need. I was going to do 3 and 3, but let's take our time. We can do 6. Like I said, we're almost done. It's just that and one more word. So we're going to do 6. All right, I made this piece much bigger. And let me stick it in here. So I have a lot of slack. And of course, the little tiny pieces I cut off aren't going to go to waste. They're going to go to Desta. I'm going to tie it upside down because I think it comes out better if you do it upside down. I'm not sure. Now it's sideways though. Okay. Let's see if I do that. I can always put a glue dot behind it to prop it in any direction that I wish. There. Bring this piece down. Yeah. There we go. So we have this little flower. No, it's not a flower. It's a bow. Here comes Anne, anal gland, porta potty, bidet. I'm laughing because I know where those words came from. I'm sure her kids gave her those words, which I love very much. Your company has just arrived. Alrighty. Take care, Jamandi. Thank you for being here. Have a good evening, everybody. Or you, not everybody, but you. Well, everybody also. But have a good evening, you and your company. That's what I meant to say. Okay. So now let's adhere this down to... I should have done this before I put the bow on. Okay. Whoops. And by the way, Jamandi, I am here live every Monday night at this time. We hope to see you again. I think it does come out better upside down. Whenever I have to do a bow like that for something, if I do it upside down, it does seem, I don't know why, it lays flat better. The loops come out better. That's like when you do a braid. If you braid hair like a French braid and you braid it upside down, the braid is like popped on top of the head. Those of you that have ever done a French braid, you know what I'm talking about. It may be the same thing for the bow. I don't know. Let me put a little bit of this. I have some fabric tack. And I'm going to put a little bit underneath the knot of the bow, just so to hold it kind of where I want it. And I'm going to put a little bit, let me cut this first. Give that a little bit of a cut. Give this a little bit of a cut. And then put a little bit under each. It does come out better upside down. Let's put a little bit under there. And a little bit under here. True story. Okay. And that'll hold that bow in place. And look, Dusty gets these little pieces. All right, so we have a cool bow. Now, I'm going to take this, put some upside down. Yeah, see, it works. Upside down bows are good. Put a couple of these. Let's do 3. An inverted French braid. Yes. Yeah, and they look better. I love the inverted French braids. Yeah. And I don't know if it's the same principle with the bow or not, but they seem to lay better. All right, so I'm going to put this on all wonky. Let me pick it up so I can kind of see where I'm going with this. There. There we go. I think that's kind of cool. So then the blue glitter shows from behind it a lot better. I like it. I like it a lot. So I have this little piece. And yeah, it's long enough to go on here. Actually, I'm going to send Desta the bigger piece. I'm going to use these 2. No, these won't fit, will they? No. It will barely fit. Let's do it. I'll give this a try. Where's my finger blade? All right. I'm going to cut there, and I'm going to cut here. There. Let me put some little bit of tape on this here and stick this behind this thing if I can. There's not much extra. You know, there's no not much extra. Ugh, I had it right in there and then it got stuck on my finger. The other piece has a little bit more wiggle room. Okay, that's about as good as I can get that one. I had to be really careful with this because it has like no extra space. This one here I have more room. More room to play with. There we go. Let me get my other regular Scotch tape. Put a piece over that little piece, put a piece I'm going to pull this a little bit. Whoops. A little bit like that. There. Put a piece over that. Put this here. Carefully fold that little piece over there. Okay. So that'll go on the inside of the card. And that ribbon, it's very thin ribbon, and it will lay flat enough. Let's see. Opens that way. This will go on here, and this card won't have a sentiment in it. It will, I mean, it'll have that sentiment, but not a thing on the front. It's more of a I guess a thank you card, because it says your kindness is appreciated so much. We'll do this. You guys, we need a bunch of nouns in the chat for the Mad Lib. So feel free to put some nouns in there. There. And then I will send this piece of ribbon to Destaloo. All right, that card, I'm going to call that card done. Kind of cool. Cool. I like the way the ribbon goes behind the flower, and it's kind of on there crooked. Looks cool. I think it's kind of a neat effect. And where's my stack of cards that I was working on? Here we go. Here are the ones I kind of picked out. Let's do next. Let's do a handmade one next. We'll switch back and forth. So there's this. This is just the front of the card. It would be a birthday card, obviously. It has these 3 birthday candles. I like that paper that has the birthday candles. That is really cool. And it's framed on black, although the end is kind of, this top and the edge are kind of crumpled up. So I may trim this down a little bit. And put it on, I know what I'm going to do. I think, if I have this color paper. Let me see if I have a glitter paper that matches that gold, or at least looks good with that gold. Doesn't have to match it exactly. I did not make this card base, so I'm not going to have the exact, but this might look good. That I think is going to be close enough. It's not as chunky, glittery as that gold, but it's the right color. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I think that'll work. That will work. So I'm going to trim this down a bit. I wonder if this will fall apart. I don't know where they put their adhesive. We'll see if it falls apart. I hope not. Oops. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. I don't have any black card bases. We determined that last time. So we're probably going to have to go with white again. Oops. There's a card base. Let's see how big or little that is. Okay. All right, I am going to make this 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. All right, that is a little big. No, I kind of like not much white around it though. Yeah, that looks good, I think. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to put this back in my gold. Where did I put my gold? My gold paper. Look at me putting my stuff away like some kind of an adult. Oh, okay. So I didn't put that away. But I will now. I'll put it away right now. There. I put it away. I did. Yep. There we go. Let's put this down. Oh, I'm running out of tape. What if I put this? That piece will fit. Oh, let me stick this down first, so it's not lumpy when I'm trying to put the tape on the back. Look how straight I put my adhesive. Perfectly straight. That size fits perfectly. Cowlick, that is a really good noun. Let me put this over here. Let's see, only 2 pieces are going to fit there. And I think 1 piece in between each of the candles, just to make it look like it is going behind it perfectly. I think I want 1 more piece here. There is a little bit of a gap there. Okay. So it looks like that is behind it. Oh, look, there's 3. You know what we do when there's 3 pieces of bling. I always put it up in the corner or somewhere on the card. All right, there. I feel that the candles need a little color in the flame. I happen to have this Nuvo stuff. I'm going to add a little bit of this to the flame. No, I am not. They are stuck. Hang on. I have others. Hold on. I have this one here. This is Studio G. It's a little orangey. Let's do that. Please work. Yes. I'm just going to put a little bit and smush it around. Just to highlight that flame a little bit. I don't want like the whole thing solid. Kind of just smush it around with my finger. Get a little bit of orange color on there. Yeah. So it just adds a little bit of, maybe a little bit of a dimension to the flame. These are like stickles. Same thing, just a different brand. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to add anything else to it. I like just, you know, the gold and the black together. Kind of cool. I'll try not to stick my hand in the stickles. Welcome in, Cece. Yeah, we need a whole bunch of nouns. Stick them in the chat. All right, that was a handmade one. So let's do an unhandmade one. This is a store-bought card. It says thank you. And the front was cut off. So I'm going to trim off this edge. I think I'm going to trim. Well, let me hold it up. Hold up. Let me see first. To get ahead of myself. I could leave it intact and not trim the bottom. What color card base? What if I do yellow? You know, because I have yellow card bases. Oh, yeah. Look at that on that yellow. I have yellow card bases that I never really use. So let's do the yellow. These card bases are folded, but the folds aren't super flat. Now, like a little piece like this isn't the right size, would look cool down the side. I'm just going to leave it though. I'm not going to take Desta's thing there. But I could put bling down the side. What color bling do I have that would go with this? No. Oh, where's the green? No, there's no green. But that green actually would look good, I think, on that yellow. Put just a sliver of this down the side, on that side, or that side. I like it on the spine. You've been lurking. Yeah, either way, Cece, we do enjoy having you in chat. It is true. But if you just need to lurk, that is fine. No matter how you do it, we are here. We are here for it. Okay, I'm gonna put this down the side. There. So we just have that little bit of green. I kind of like it against the yellow. We have that. Kind of makes it look even. Even Steven. What if I had a show where I had to rhyme everything I said? If I say even, I have to say even Steven. Okay, that would get annoying after a while. It would get annoying after a while, and it would no longer make me smile. I'm cracking myself up. So, I'm gonna add some bling to this card. Right, orange. What does rhyme with orange? That would be very hard. You'd make me make an orange card. See, I can rhyme, but not orange. I can't rhyme something with orange. It would be difficult. I don't know. Purple. Yeah, see, that's another one. Orange, purple. Flurple. Derp. You'd have to make up a silly word. Derple. Things rhyme with yellow, like fellow and mellow. But not orange and purple. This card is made out of yellow. It could go to a really cool fellow. See, you could send this to a guy or a girl. It's not... That's the problem. We always talk about masculine cards. This could go to a guy. So could this. That could be a masculine card. That could go to a guy. I'm going to leave that as is. It has a lot of, can you see? It's metallic. The letters have metallic. Stuff. What does burgle mean? Burple. Yeah, last call for nouns. Last call for nouns. For the noun bus. The noun bus is leaving. So there's this card. It has 3 panels. And of course it has rainbows, which I like. I don't think I have any rainbow embellishments. I have rainbow ribbon. Where is my rainbow ribbon, you might ask? I do not know. Let me look in one place. I found my rainbow ribbon. I have rainbow ribbon. Okay, that could go. Where's John Oakwood when we need him? We need John Oakwood in here to tell us what that word is. He would know. Oh, good. This is smaller than this white background, and that is going to be good. Burnley make continuous mumbling noise, murmuring. Is that what that means? Burble. Okay. Like if you're listening to Pearl Jam sing. Okay. I was getting like, what are you talking about? Firmly. Yes. All right. So if you're listening to Pearl Jam, this lead singer makes that sound. You know, he mumbles when he sings. Okay, so we're going to put this ribbon here. What are we going to put as a design? Probably a big old flower or something. Let's do it. And stick some tape on the back of the ribbon. Where am I going to put this? How about there? It's not really straight. Do better. That's better. Auto carrot. That's what I usually see people say, auto carrot or something. They make up a funny word for autocorrect. Okay. Ooh, I have these flowers right here. Let's see if one of these would look good. Oh, they match the pink. Yeah, let's do that. Because they do, they match. It has a little hole in the middle. Let's do that. I didn't plan this. Yes, get wrecked. John Oakwood is one of our friends on Twitch. He's an awesome musician. And he usually comes in when I play word games, and he likes to win. He's an English teacher, a high school English teacher. So whenever we need words for something, we always joke around and say, where's John Oakwood? He would know the word, the meaning of that word that you guys just talked about. And whatever it is to make funny noises. I'm taking the center out of that flower. Yeah, AP. Yeah, he teaches the smart kids. I would have loved to have him as an English teacher. I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the back of this because it's not very sticky. Let's put that there. And he, by the way, if you want to follow him on Twitch, you should. He's an awesome musician, but he is hilarious. Oh, you know what? I bet Destaloo could use that flower. It's just the backing, but it's a white flower. Put that right there. Yeah, he is a great singer, but he also has a great personality. And he's funny. He collects old NES games, Nintendo games. He says that's his retirement fund. Put this blue center back. Remember burble for next week's verbs. Okay, yes. All right. I stuck that little center in there. Somebody write down burble and write it down in your list of verbs. Next week we'll have to bring it out of hiding. I won't remember it. All right, so we have this. Well, if everyone who can write it down writes it down, when we do verbs next week, we'll remember. All right, so I think I'm going to leave it as is. Maybe I will put some Wink of Stella on the clouds. Why not? I've got the Wink of Stella pen right here. I know you do, Anne. I know. I still need to send you the only hand sticker, Anne. I think I will put this this card aside and send this to Anne with the sticker. I made a big mess. I'm trying to use up as much of this as I can. Don't tell Anne. All right, I'm going to put it on the rainbows too. Do I have something to clean up my mess with? Put it on the flowers. I squeezed too much of the pen. Okay. I think I have a Q-tip. I do. All right, it's just got a little extra glitter. There. Don't tell Anne. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I'll set that aside there. All right. And whenever you're ready, Desta, if we have enough nouns, pick me 6 of them. That last one was a handmade one. I can do this one. Or how about this really pretty Thinking of You? That is really pretty. It's beautiful. It's kind of more fallish because the leaves are different colors, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let me trim the top. I absolutely love the colors of this. This might go good on yellow too. That's the way I should do it. Squeeze it over something else. This over this light purple. I think that looks really good. I think anything else is going to be too... Yeah, I like it over. Let's just stop. I'm stopping. I'm doing it over that purple. Of course, I want this Thinking of You part on there, so I'm going to trim off a little piece on that side. I'm going to make this about 5 1/4. So there, look at this beautiful piece. I could put that on the inside too. Okay, there. I think that looks so good. All right. Oh, look, she put, I love it, Desta. You're awesome. You guys, I have the best viewers. You guys are amazing. Best community. Porta potty. All right. Oh gosh, porta potty. Porta potty, dog bowl. Dog bowl, handbag, mouse trap, Um, Cowlick. I love it. Cowlick Dragon Breath. All right, the last word we need is an exclamation. Yeah, that would look pretty inside. I agree. I agree, because it's a big enough chunk. So we have thinking of you. I do need to do something to make that pop. I could do two things. I could put ribbon, but maybe I will put bling around thinking of you instead of ribbon. Not that color bling. Maybe that color bling. Oh, what do you think of the... I think that color bling would be beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. I'm running out of tape. Oh, very little tape left. I like the purple background, the lavender. Let me look at my bling and see if I have just lavender. I do have just silver. No, I don't like just the silver. I don't have enough pink. Let me see if I have just lavender bling. That might be better. To match the card base. Yeah, let's do just lavender. And I'm just going to go around where this is marked like a square, rectangle. It is not a square. It is a rectangle. A rectangle. A rectangle. Now I'm just playing around with words. If you had an angle and you smashed it into another angle and broke it, you'd have a rectangle. I'm making up words. John Oakwood is not here to correct me. All right, let's put these three little ones I happen to have in my hand down in the bottom corner. So we have that. It says thinking of you. Kind of cool. Make sure they're adhered very well. Let's put this here on the inside like that. Super pretty. Where's my tape? Way over here. Okay. There, so we have that. I like sometimes bringing what's on the front to the inside of the card. I don't know that I'm going to put anything else on here. I don't have any embellishment that would look good with this. I don't think. A square is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square. I know, right? Yes. And I'll say, oh, that's a square, but I know it's not. It's safer to say anything is a rectangle like that rather than a square. Yeah, I'm going to leave it as it is. If I had a really small blinged up butterfly or something, but I don't think I have anything. And I think it'll take away from the brightness and the prettiness of it. So I'm going to leave it alone. I like it. Put that over there. Kind of, you know, rainbow trees. Okay, let me see what else I have. I have time for a simple one. This one's going to be too involved. So I have time for something simple. Holy moly. You know, I say that all the time. Holy moly. This one is going to be, this could be pretty simple. And I might have something that will go with this. I don't know. Let me give this left side a trim. Let's see if it'll fit on a card base. This is very thick. It is a very thick card base. It's very nice. I had to look at the back to see if there was anything on it. But no, it's probably going to have to go on a 5x7. Melon colored. Melancholy. I don't know if I have a melon color. Let's see what I can come up with. I have that. It's too bright. That's too not matchy. I don't think I have that color, like a mint green or a melon, yeah. That's not it at all. Not matchy. Nope, I don't. The closest I have is that, and it's a little too bright. I mean, it wouldn't look too bad if I leave just a small border, but it is not really the right color. Nope, that's orange. I was looking for a muted pink. It's not muted pink at all. I have a light pink. No, it's too bright or too light. Does not look good. Yeah. Let's go with this. It's close, but not perfect. What color are those little circles? What little circles? On here, they're like a pink, but I don't have that color card either. By the Y. Oh, these? I don't know. They're like a kind of a light blue, sort of. It's like a gray, maybe. I don't know. I can't tell what they are. But I don't think that looks too bad. I think that's close enough. Let me see, though. I'm not sure if even this size card, I'm going to have to cut it down quite a bit. I think it'll work. Because only a little bit's going to show. So I think it's going to be, I think we'll be okay. So I want to make it a little bit above the K. So right about there, let's cut off. this much. And let me cut this to be about 5 3/8 ish. Let's cut it here. 4 1/8. That should work ish. There. So we have some scraps left over. So if it is just a little bit showing like that on the front, I think it'll be okay. When you get to the inside, you forget the exact color on the front. So I think that will still be pretty good. How does this look? No, I don't like that on it. What else could I put on this for an embellishment? I don't know. Let's adhere. Well, I don't think a ribbon, because it's going to end up taking over part of the words. Unless I put glitter. I have these little guys. These might go good as centers for the flowers. This is like confetti. That I think would look good in the center of the flowers. It has that same green shimmer. And let me see, do I have a good green piece? No. How about pink? No. All right. Skip that. I'm just going to stick this down. All right. Come on, tape. Don't die. I'm cutting it close. You guys, look. I am cutting it so close. I didn't think I would get it all the way around here. I almost picked up the glue. I've never opened this. This I think is from the Dollar Tree. But before I do that, let me straighten this out first, and then let me put the piece on the inside. Let's straighten this out a little bit better. There. Put it this way so it looks like the plant is facing the right direction. Let's see if I can use up the last bit of tape. Almost. There, I have that piece on the inside. The other scraps will go to Desta. Now, let's do this. Chomp, 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 chomp. Here we go. I have some art glitter glue, and I'm going to put just some glue on these things. Last call for exclamation. Let's start with those pieces there. Now the glue will show through these, but it'll dry clear. It'll show through these for now. But when it dries, you won't see the glue. All right, this is hard to do with fingers. It would be harder to do without fingers. Imagine trying to do this if you didn't have fingers. I crack myself up. I'm so funny. I'm like a regular comedian. Let's put these on every other one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put those and see how that comes out. This is like a comedy gold, this show. And when you get a chance, Desta, if you could pick I knew that was coming. An exclamation, I'll put it in the story. And we'll read the Mad Lib. I'll put a piece in the middle of this flower. Where else needs a piece? Kind of like right there. This part doesn't have anything. And these quotes taken out of context are really funny. They'll pop up later and I'll be like, I don't remember saying that. It is hard to do with fingers. I should put one in the center of this. Holy moly. Okay, that's one of my favorites. I say that a lot. Holy moly. That and golly gee willikers. Before I make a mess, let me fold this over. Tape it shut. There. And where is my pen? There it is. Put that and stick it down in my glue. I can't believe we only have 25 quotes. I'm going to leave that as is. I don't know what else I would do to it. And if I did too much to it, I think it would take away from it. So I'm going to not overdo it. I'm not going to pull out my inner Jenna marbles and overdo it. So we have this great bunch of scraps for Miss Destalou. I have that. I think I have another package for you, Destalou. Right, because I asked you what card you wanted. That's right, I remember. Ooh. I got my stickles messed up. That's okay. Someone's going to get a little extra glitter there. Let me know, you guys, which card is your favorite. And Destalou, let me know which card, if you would like me to send you one of these with the goodies. I would be happy to. We have that. We made a lot of cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 9 so far is my record. I think I've done 9 before. I don't think I've ever done more than 9. I don't know. I like that one. That's my favorite. And the rainbow, of course. I love the rainbow. Okay. The teal flower. Yeah, that one. I love the teal flower. Love, 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 love the teal flower. All right. Let me put Holy Moly in here. You don't want to be greedy. It's up to you. I'll be happy to send you one. The last card, the blue with a cockeyed flower, thinking of you, and the green one. Yep. And so Ange likes all of them. I do like that. That one is cool. That's cool. Whoever did that one, that's really neat. And I like them all. Of course, I like the rainbows. I'm partial to rainbows. I love rainbows. I know Anne loves rainbows too. Very nice. I'm looking in my camera to see how I can move these cards around. I also like that. It's bright and cheerful. All right. So here we go. The Mad Lib today is, it's out of this big book, 5 Mad Lib books together. It's the maddest of Mad Libs. It's in the nursery rhyme section. Poppy one is cool too, yes. The 3 Billy Goats Gruff. Once there were 3 overwhelming billy goats with the last name of Gruff. They wanted to cross a river to eat the fantastic grass on the other side. But the bridge was guarded by a fearsome, jovial troll. He was fearsome, but he was also happy. Jovial troll who devoured any porta potty who tried to cross it. He had bad breath. When the first and littlest billy goat started to skate over the bridge, the terrifying dog bull shouted, "I'm going to eat you." Thinking fast on his handbag, the billy goat said, "Wait, I have a brother who is bigger and more gorgeous than I am. You can eat him." So the troll waited for the next Billy Mousetrap. When he appeared, the same thing happened. So the troll waited smoothly for the third and the biggest billy goat. This time the troll jumped out and cried, "Holy moly, I am going to eat you." But the biggest billy goat simply lifted the troll with his horns and knocked him into the raging cowlick below. From then on, the billy goats feasted in the fields on the other side of the dragon breath to their heart's content. He had dragon breath because he was eating porta potties. I do not ever recommend eating a porta potty if you're going to go on a date. I don't recommend eating porta potties at all. But you know, some people do what some people do. So I hope you enjoyed the Mad Lib. I hope you enjoyed, or ever, right? I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Desta, for picking the words. I will send you the scraps and I'll get those out to you in the mail. If I owe you something in the mail, I will get it out to you. I know I owe Anne something and I owe Angela something. So I will get those out. And what else? I will be back next Monday, 7 p.m., same time Eastern, for another crafting show. And then I will be on Twitch on Wednesday of this week at 7 p.m. I'll probably play Animal Crossing. And then Thursday on Twitch, I will have a secret music stream. And yep, that's it. That's that. And then, like I said, Monday, back here. I have to fix that schedule. It still shows Sunday at 2 p.m. I keep forgetting to do that. There was something else I had to fix, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, some quotes. That's right. I didn't do those. All right. Alrighty, you guys. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, Destalou, for doing that. Thank you, Angela and Christine, my awesome moderators. And thank you, Christine, for being a channel member that helps support my channel so I can afford to buy all the things to make all the cards and all of that kind of thing. Alrighty, you guys. Thanks again. I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful week. Make someone smile. And yeah, there you go. And until the next time, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.